Welcome back to High Mileage Need Love 2, the channel where we set out to prove that high mileage cars like this one make for great deals and even better daily drivers. This is a 306,000 mile Honda Ridgeline that I bought sight unseen from a wholesaler friend. He saw the car, called me up and said, hey, I got a 306,000 mile Honda Ridgeline here, looks like it's right up your alley. And my immediate answer was absolutely, I'll take it. So for $500 and a couple of fees, all said and done, about $850 into this car, I think it's a pretty good score. What we gotta do is we gotta bring it to our friend, the Honda hero, Mike Z over at Z Motors, have him take a look at it. He's been working on Hondas for more than 50 years, and he's gonna let us know if we got a good deal, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be replaced. But before we do that, let's do a quick walk around. All right, so we did only get one key, and I had to replace the battery on it already because it was not lock and unlocking from the fob. We did do a little cleaning earlier. This thing was a bit of a mess, but if you know Honda Ridgelines, you know they are full of storage, and we're gonna go over every inch of storage. Jump in the driver's seat.
Successfully paired.
306,000 miles. There's the Bluetooth kicking on. We got this multi-purpose center console here. This thing moves in and out. We got this thing, also moves in and out. Tons of storage, lots and lots of storage. We got some storage over here. We got some storage over there. We got some storage right here. We got some storage right there. We got some storage right there. We got storage in the doors. There's storage everywhere. Anywhere you look, you're gonna find storage. And it looks like these lights don't work. Good to know. Moving on to the back seat. We got some stuff in here. We got the ozone because the previous owner was a smoker, and we're gonna ozone this thing. The back seats, as you know, they fold up. Let's move on to the other side. We'll get to the bed in a little bit. But as you know, these back seats, it's a 60-40. They fold down and they fold up. And the best part is, it looks pretty good under these seat covers, with the exception of the driver's seat, of course. We got our tools because we're going to be doing some work on this thing. We're going to be doing an oil change, filter, because it's 1,000 miles behind on its oil change interval. And God knows how many months. We got the bag. Don't mind the mess, because again, I was cleaning. It was pretty dirty in here, and I did not want to be driving this filthy car. But so far, she's looking pretty good. Moving on to the bed. As you know, these Hondas do have the multi-action tailgate. So it'll open up like that. We got the engine cover in there because the mounting bits are broken. So we're gonna need a new one of these. I'm gonna have to put that in the budget. And then you have under here, you got more storage, which I absolutely love about these Ridgelines. It's a nice little trunk. It's even got a drain there so you could fill this with ice and drinks and all that good stuff. Top of that, it came with this bed cover, sliding bed cover. Now I hear these things are pretty expensive. It works okay. Close the tailgate. Tailgate also drops down like a normal pickup truck, which is pretty cool. And then we got this thing. And then you turn this and it locks the bed cover. And that's nice in case we're gonna be keeping anything in there. We've got 4 good tires on this thing. Good meat on these tires. Headlights need to be cleaned up. We're not gonna replace them unless we find a nice cheap set. Otherwise, we're going to do the 3M polishing system that we've done on many cars prior. Windows are tinted. I'm not sure if that's a factory tint. I'm guessing it looks like a factory tint. But either way, it's nice nonetheless. Taillight's got a little moisture, and I think one of these is cracked. It might be the left side. Yeah, it's cracked, but it's holding up okay. So we might need to replace the taillight. But all the lights work. Let's head back inside. All right, let's fire this baby up and make our way to the Honda Hero. That was a pretty long crank. I'm a little nervous about that. We'll see what he has to say about that as well. There you have it, 306,000 miles. We got to check engine light for a P0420 code. We're gonna see if the cat's still there. I mean, it sounds like the catalytic converter is still there. We did take a look at underneath the car earlier, and it seemed to be still underneath the vehicle, so that's always good because these things are pretty easily stolen. All right, here we go. We're on our way to the shop. We're gonna go see Mike Z, the Honda Hero, and have him look over this thing and tell us what it needs. Right off the bat, the power steering system needs some work. I know the power steering pumps on these cars are a pretty common failure, and turning this thing from a dead stop is pretty tough. We didn't get any kind of maintenance history when I bought the car, so we're not really sure what kind of work has been done to it, but at 306,000 miles, I'm assuming it's had at least one timing belt done and a couple of oil changes. But the current oil change is about 1,000 miles over, so we're gonna be doing an oil change. We're gonna have him look over the car, tell us everything that it needs, and go from there. We do have a shake at about 50 miles an hour. We gotta see what's going on with that. So right around 50 is where we get that shake. I know you can't really see it in the steering wheel because I'm off the gas. But I was getting it earlier. It might have been because of maybe it could have been because of the low power steering fluid. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely a little better right now, but I'm not gonna say it's 100% better. All right, there's that shake. I know you could probably hear it. That's shaking pretty hard. As soon as I get off the gas, it's no longer shaking. Maybe it's motor mounts. I'm not 100% sure. This is my first Ridgeline. I don't have a ton of experience with these things. So aside from all that shaking, she drives pretty smooth. If I had to guess, if it's not tie rod related, I'm gonna say it could be an axle, maybe a bent axle or something. We are gonna get on the lift and try to figure out what is causing that. So let's get to the shop and see what Mike Z has to say.
So what should we look at the tires first? Or?
No, we're gonna look at.
Ooh, it's got a little bit of an oil leak here. Oh boy. Yeah, we got.
It's leaking.
It could be valve covers. It could be the oil pump seal. It could be both. This would have to be washed down and driven and checked. The VTEC solenoid doesn't look like it, but it could be the valve cover and that oil pump seal, which to do that, you got to take off the front timing cover and the timing belt.
Nice.
We have a steering rack leak here too.
Okay.
It's dripping power steering fluid from the rack.
Do I have to replace the whole rack, or is that something that can be fixed?
To get to that seal, you got to disassemble it. This outer seal on the right side, the seal is here, but where the pinion is,
Yeah.
the seal is behind the pinion, so that means the whole rack would have to be disassembled.
Removed from the vehicle?
Yep.
So would it make sense to just put another rack in?
Yeah, a reconditioned one.
All right.
We got surface rust on the control arm and the knuckle, which is not a big deal. With living in New York, they sand and salt the streets really bad. The axle boots are intact and good.
Good exercise.
Let's see how the links feel. Needs links and bushings. You hear that?
Yeah. Sway bar links?
Yep. Same thing on that side.
Okay.
Yuck. Let's
Is
look
this
at
the
the
front
tire.
diff leak in here, or is that from the oil that's kind of making its way?
It could be the oil from the power steering leaking on the transfer case.
All right.
It could be some of the oil coming from here blowing back. Let's see, it's usually a seal. You can't see anything with the all-wheel drive. There's usually an end cap on the back of the head. Sometimes that leaks. These motor mounts don't look terrible. They're not cracked.
I get a vibration under acceleration. You think it's the motor mounts, or?
Could be the motor mounts. It could be the shaft. It could be the. Let's give the brakes a peek. You got a lot of brake here on that side, on the outer, and you got a lot of brake here. No moisture from the back of the caliper where the pistons meet the pads. Axle boot looks decent. Decent. New caliper on this side.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. So would you say it looks like this thing was maintained somewhat, aside from the?
Yeah, I mean, let's see how the links are on this one. These links and bushings are good. This rear diff, usually 10 years or 100,000 miles, you should drain and refill it because the additive that they put in here doesn't let the clutches slip, and on a hard turn you get like a chatter in the rear.
What if it's got 300,000 miles?
It should be changed. Dry rot on these tires. See the dry rot?
Oh, the guy that sold it to me told me it had 4 new tires.
Yeah, see the dry rot on the
Lied to you?
tires? Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. This tire looks fairly new. Yeah, this tire is good. This is a new tire. That tire needs a little love.
Okay. Can we lower it? Can you look at the top?
Yeah. Let's look at the pads here. This was resprayed.
The whole car was resprayed.
Yeah. Brakes look good on the outside, I think. This has a new rotor. So something must have hung up here on this side.
Is that the same side with the
New caliper, yeah. The core doesn't look bad. Usually certain mileages, the core starts to
Radiator?
deteriorate. Well, no, you got a oil cooler, tranny cooler, condenser, radiator, and a lot of times the fins start to corrode. You got headlights are fogged out. Huh?
clean those up?
This thing is, looks like the Atlantic Ocean on the side.
Because of
The paintwork,
paint. Yeah, I think it was
it needs to be buffed out. Yeah, this guy must have painted it with a roller.
It looks like it.
You changing the oil, it looks
figured
like?
Crayon. Yeah, I'm going to do the oil.
Okay.
Filter. How's that power steering pump look?
Why is this here? What are these pieces?
What is that? What are you looking at there?
Oh, that's the clip for here.
Oh, the cover. Yeah, the cover.
The clip's broke.
The cover's all busted.
It looks like a new fan. Yeah, it's aftermarket. Cooling fan.
The cooling fan's aftermarket.
Yep. This is not in its place where it belongs.
AC doesn't work.
It's got a
It
Sears.
blows.
It's got a Sears Die Hard. Power steering is leaking. See the power steering pump?
Now is it leaking from the?
It could be the hose,
Okay.
and it could be coming from the pump. What I would do is degrease this. It looks like a lot's coming from this hose where they crimped the hose to the fitting.
Gotcha. This is the supply hose, I'm guessing.
No, that's the pressure hose.
Right.
This just supplies the oil. This pumps pressure
rack.
to the rack.
That's what I meant. This supply.
Yeah, then it returns back to the cooler, gets cooled, comes back in cooled, and it goes into here, gets hot, goes down, gets cooled, and it's like a revolving door. It just keeps on going.
Nice.
The bellows here is hard, the rubber, so that's going to crack eventually. How's the belt look?
I don't know. Looks like a belt.
No cracks. How's the coolant look?
It was running. Just a heads up.
It's got nice color antifreeze, but it's missing the check valve. The check valve's rotted out, fell in there.
It fell in the
Yeah,
radiator?
see it? It's got no check valve.
Is it going to block the radiator?
At least it's got original Honda rad. Okay, but you need a new cap. See it?
Okay.
You're missing the check valve.
You think that that rad was been replaced at some point?
No.
No?
Maybe, but looks.
Because they say that these radiators, they fail.
How's the
and
tranny fluid look?
mixed tranny fluid. It looks dirty. Ricky, let me, that's Ricky.
That could be due for a changing too.
All right.
But it's up to the.
Take a look at the valve cover. What do you think? Is it too sludgy in there?
No, it's not terrible. I've seen worse. But you got sweating coming from the PC valve. See this? There's an O-ring behind this PCV valve.
Should I replace the whole valve or just?
Yeah, well, that's how it comes. It's all plastic and it has an O-ring on it.
All right.
Did you check your motor mounts?
Visual inspection.
Can you do a power brake, Rick?
Power brake it, Ricky. Power brake it. Ricky loves
Rick, I'm
power
going to
brake.
be in front of the truck, so don't go too crazy. I know you want to run over me.
Stay right there.
I feel like I saw this in a dream once, Mike.
Nice in here.
It is, right? I cleaned it a little. How's it sound?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold it. Now, let it settle. Just tap the throttle. You see how that lifts up?
Yep.
So the mount is shot. You shouldn't see this. See how the motor lifts up? Watch. That shouldn't be. Go reverse. Yeah, see how it doesn't move as much?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need to send the motor to this moon. It needs a front motor mount. How's this one? This one usually cracks up too. And yeah, see how it's dry rotted in there, down there?
You want me to do it again?
No.
You got dry rot. How old is the timing belt?
I don't
These
know.
timing belts usually go 10 years, 100,000 miles as well.
I mean, I'm at 300,000. I'm guessing it was done at least once.
You hope.
Can I pop this cover off to check?
It's a little bit of an ass ache, but what you're going to check and it's going to be there and it could be dry rotted and just snap anytime.
Right now, I'm just saying, can I look at it?
Or the tensioner goes bad, like the Pilot we had.
Yeah. Budget a timing belt kit.
All the windows work.
All the windows work. The heat.
The door works.
I don't get AC. It just blows hot air.
Yeah. So you have. Let's see if you got Freon in the system because you could have a
These have
leak.
the automatic.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to see if you got Freon in the system first.
Okay.
So let me just get something to probe that. Okay. And if we have Freon here, then you could have like a bad clutch.
Hey, you want to roll or you want to use the thing?
You got pressure. That's a good sign. So that means you don't have a Freon leak. Because Freon leaks are a little bit of a pain in the neck. So you got to find out if the clutch is working, because then you could have a bad relay or a bad the clutch coil for the magnet.
Okay.
But you got pressure, so that's a good sign.
But what I mean is, it's blowing hot. It's not even blowing like ambient air.
Well,
It's
let's
blowing-
see if the heater control valve is working. Put it on, what is it, on hot or cold? Put it on hot, huh? I can't hear you.
What are you saying?
Oh, the fans are going on.
Oh, the thing is moving.
What's moving?
That wire thing just moved a little.
Didn't move much.
Can you put it on cold, Ricky? See it move a little?
Yep, there you go.
What's it on now? Is it coming out cold? It's coming out cold now? So that thing has to get replaced?
Sometimes it doesn't work inside. The gate doesn't shut off the heat. Sometimes.
It wouldn't be stuck on that hose, would it? Like that hose might be...
No, it's not near the hose.
You got cold air, Ricky? Ice cold?
And the power steering's whining, so that means you're low on fluid. Okay. So, honest opinion?
$600
For the car?
for the car.
Yeah, so if you tidy it up with and fix it, somebody will have a decent running car if they don't mind having all that mileage.
Do you think
It's not like it was in a major accident and the unibody's.
clean Carfax?
Yeah, so
You think,
I mean, I have a Carfax here for a 16, and it's a salvage title, and the car only has 35,000 miles, and the car was a train wreck.
do they want a Ridgeline with 306,000? You think you should do the rack? You think it's worth a rack in that thing, or
If you take to do that rack, you got to drop the frame,
the subframe?
and things that may be hard and brittle, and you may go into another expense.
Okay.
So
just do the pump and let the rack seat as it may.
Yeah, they probably never checked that.
All right. How much do you think a rack is, a remanufactured rack?
You could be looking at like 1,500,
That's the rack and parts?
probably, or close to 1,000.
All right, and the timing belt, how many hours?
I could give you the time on the rack.
No, I think the timing belt's more important.
Timing belt, that's another
How many hours on a timing belt?
$1,200, $1,300 job.
That's with Honda parts.
No, Honda parts alone, just to buy the parts, you're looking at almost $800.
All right,
I just bought them for my Honda, to my 2006.
the best Honda in the planet right now.
No, doesn't it ride good?
It rides so good.
Isn't it? And it's got power.
We're gonna have to show this Honda off. All right, you think it was worth it? $600?
For $600, how can you go wrong?
All right, there you have it. 306,000 mile Honda Ridgeline. Seems like it was a great purchase. Needs a couple of things. Aside from that, we're gonna get this thing back on the road and daily it for a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you have one of these? How many miles do you have on it? The forums, people seem to love these things as long as you take care of them. We'll be doing a guide, so stay tuned for that as to what to look for, because there are some issues with these cars that you want to make sure have been remedied before you pull the trigger on one. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.